And good evening, everybody. This is Michael Filighera. I am with logicalsignals.com and tradershelpingtraders.com. And this is the Elliott wave update for the NASDAQ 100 for Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. The markets continue to rally today, and that pushed us up above the no break zone that I had been giving, and that was at 15,307. And the market got up to 15,347 today, which negated this being a minor fourth wave with a minor fifth wave being underway. However, it does not necessarily change the larger count, which is the highs are in, and we're in the beginning stages of a corrective phase. What it does do, it changes this into an ABC three-wave decline, which I've now labeled as intermediate wave A because I'm counting them as minor degree, intermediate wave A, and this is an intermediate degree wave B, and it consists of a three-wave structure, an A, a B, and a C. C waves are always 5 waves, and so kind of sloppy because it got real hairy in a couple of different places in here. But I think what appears to be that we're going to need a little bit more upside to complete the wave C and in turn that intermediate B wave. So what is the little bit larger picture now showing us? That we have A leg down, the B leg up, and now we will have a C wave down. Once this B wave is complete, we will have a C wave down. C waves in any direction can be very destructive. They can move very, very quickly. They will form 5 waves, and as we already know, within a 5-wave structure, the third wave is normally the longest and the strongest, and often subdivides within itself inside that third wave. Again, that would be a point of control. You've heard me speaking about not point of control, point of recognition, excuse me on that. Point of control is something different. But that point of recognition, which is where the majority of the market realizes, oh, we're going in the direction that wave is going. We're going back down. This was a folly. This did not work. It's not bullish. We do remain bearish. That the trend has definitively turned down. And so once that B wave is complete, I will be able to put in extensions to give us an idea of where wave C will end up. Right now, though, we're still looking for the completion point of this intermediate B wave rally. Now, again, B waves are deceptive, are tricky, are messy, et cetera, and that certainly has fit in several different points along the way. I mean, this initial rise we got is because Evergrande from China made an $85 billion interest payment on yuan-based bonds. We still don't know if they've made the $330 million payment on the dollar-denominated bonds. So there's still a lot of things out there. And so the market's reaction, I think, was a bit premature and a bit overdone. Then we had the Fed, and they loved that. And then it was just off to the races after that as the buyers demanded to take control again and had held that control. Now, here's the difference. Here's a good part of what this trading has produced. It has produced some fantastic excuse me, intraday moves, extremely tradable as a day trader. This morning's opening was incredible. And all we needed to do was just to recognize the bars, recognize what was going on, and trade. I just want to open this up so I can show you. Please, computer, cooperate with me today. Hey, not going to do it. Still, there we go. This is the opening today. 6:30, which is Pacific time, so 9:30 Eastern. Boom, boom, boom. The market moves from 15,182 and finishes that initial rally at 15,338. That was the first jaunt up. Then we get this beautiful decline, and then they just worked it higher. This was kind of a little confusing and decided what they wanted to do here. That wasn't as easy to trade because I was expecting follow through on this bar, and it didn't. It just slid, and then they just walked it right back up to additional highs on the sequence before. In that last hour, it got brought back to a lower level. Now, difficult to count as it is, I do believe that we've got a 1, a 2, and this is all going to be a part of 3. This will all have to work itself out. This is a 3, a 4, and I think we've just kind of still got to jaunt up to finish wave 5 of C, and then this larger B wave. So what can that all do? Well, for certain, we have resistance at 15,364. I think that should be pretty easy to reach. And then we have 415. Again, I think it should be easy to reach. But more importantly, we have the 1.618 at almost 15,500. So we're back to that level again. And that is where this C wave started. So could it take all that back? Sure, it can. And that could do it by getting up to the 1.70 level percentage. So that what it is this is the A wave, and that's where we're looking at the C wave. So the relationship is the C wave to the A wave. At 15,500, basically, it is 162% of the length of wave A. This is 170.5% of wave A times wave A. And then we actually, if it goes up here, it could be 200%. I don't suspect, but stranger things have happened. I mean, they get pushing on this thing, and it just, you really get the impression it's not going to stop. Now, here's something that is going to continue to give it its boosts, and we've seen it now on the leg down, and now we're watching it on the leg up. Going out to that daily chart, and I'm going to open it up so we can see it pretty cleanly. Okay, this was on the way down. On the daily, it broke the 20. We got acceleration. They gave us a little burp, and then it continued to go down. It broke the 50. We got acceleration. Now we're moving back up. The first time it broke above the 50, but it failed. So that produced the acceleration back down. And then we got a solid move above the 50, and it closed above the 50. So we got a little bit of follow through. Now we've gotten above the 20, and we're closing right on it. So that's kind of beginning to tell us that we should, again, see an additional leg up, primarily because the daily will likely break above it and then get a boost. So that's where all these levels start to come in. How heavy will that boost be? So it has the potential to get it up here. And again, if I'm feeling that we have counted waves 1 through 4, now here, or even into that 5th wave, it can subdivide. It can be the wave that subdivides more than once, and that could definitely extend it. The NASDAQ was up 140 today, and it's at one point it was up much more. Watch to stop it to go up 140, 200 points tomorrow. Also, Friday, it's an expiration. It's a weekly expiration. All of our big players, Apple, Amazon, PayPal, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Netflix, Tesla, they all have options that expire tomorrow, along with I believe, I don't know if the Qs have the weekly, there's a lot of auxiliary that also expire. So it's not like the quadruple that we had last week, or the quintuple, whatever they were calling it, but it can produce moves, because within the week, we sailed lower. That sailed through dozens of strikes, levels. And now we're sailing back up through those levels. So adjustments. Option players, they can tell you all about it, but it exists and it adds to the movement. It adds to the volatility of the move. So I would be expecting additional higher levels tomorrow, at least initially. What happens if they start turning it lower is we have these support levels. They're resistance now. If they're broken, they turn into support. We're above the hourly 200. The 50 is pointing higher. The 20 is pointing higher. And the 200 is kind of flat right now. So it needs to pick up some momentum to start to turn higher. If it does, with the 50 and the 20 coming above it, turns everything positive, and we really could be in for a rally. So that's how we use the moving averages. Also, trade according to what the price action is telling you. It will give you all the secrets. This is just not a standalone rally. We did get a sell-off, but then we continued to rally. That was to be expected. The market was strong. The market was showing us on the hourly chart, those were very bullish bars being put in. So you must pay attention to them because it's going to tell you what should be coming. Now, the moves themselves were big enough where shorts were well earned and you made money. You made money on the way up. You made some money on the way down. This got a little sticky, but this move, very tradable. And a lot of the other ones, again, 15-minute chart. So, things take longer to unfold. But that was a very tradable bar on the 15-minute basis. And on the 5 and the 2 and the 1, there were several trades within it. So this is what I'm talking about. These are tradable. We're day traders. You could be a swing trader, even position traders, traders in the individual stocks. That all gets into here. And it's very, very tradable. Just get long, play it, get out, take the next long, play it, get out, take the next long. And when the market will tell you, okay, we're going to correct a little bit, it's playable. And look, you got 1, 2 bars, and then bam, they rallied it back, and then bam, they finished the correction. So what is it? ABC. Corrective. We still got a rally leg to go. A little bit more complex ABC, kind of sideways, but we're now into Globex. We're waiting for Asian markets to kick in, and then we will wait for Europe to kick in. But I will be expecting some higher levels tomorrow. I'm continuing to offer promotional prices for the trade room. If it's something you've been thinking about, I think we give great commentary on the bars, on the measurements, on what to expect next, and getting in and out and trading, and what we look for and how we're doing it. We're producing great profits. This is not difficult to make $1,000 a day, $500, $1,000 a day. And basically trading just in the morning, just in that morning session. There are oftentimes in the rest of the balance of the day, it's not as easy. It's not as good. It's very disjointed. But this, when it builds that trend early, boom, you're in. And the moving averages walk it up. They walk it up. They don't really turn. They continue to walk it up. The 20 stayed in an upward trend all day. The 50 stayed in an upward trend all day. Those help you. I'm running the promotions. If you were thinking maybe I'd like to try it out, you can come in and try it out for a month with no obligation past that for less than $100. Come in and check us out. See if it's something for you. See if you can learn, pick up something, and make some money, make some really decent money, and do it collectively with other people who also have thoughts and ideas, and we contribute. It's a collective. It's an educational room. The whole purpose of me starting the room is because I love education. I like to show people. I like to say what's going on. I like to give my thoughts, and I like to be vulnerable so that it's like you want to do anatomy of a trade. When I make a mistake, I admit it. And then I say what went on, and I tell you, and I'm talking about, all kinds of things. So it's an honest room, it's a trade room, and we're human. And so for tomorrow, looking for a little bit more upside. If it rolls over and downside comes, we need to be watching to see if it starts to break the 50, starts to break the 200. That will make the day negative. I'm going to leave it there. Our next update will be on Sunday.